Hi guys, welcome to our DIY science demo part of Discovery Week with the Francis Crick Institute. My name's Ellie and I work in the education team. If you go to school in Camden, you might have even met some of my colleagues before, Claire, Andy, Maria and Esther. Today we're going to be having a look at a chemical reaction, which is what happens when chemicals are mixed together and they make something completely new. One of the things scientists at the Crick investigate and research is different diseases. They're trying to find ways to either treat, diagnose or even prevent the disease from happening. To find ways of stopping these diseases, some of our scientists actually look at the chemical reactions that happen inside our body when we get infected with a disease. The reactions we're going to be investigating today is what happens when we mix two different chemicals together. And the chemicals we're going to be looking at is vinegar and bicarbonate of soda. You might have even seen this reaction happen before, but I'm going to do it again with you guys so you can have a look. I'm going to pour a little bit of vinegar into a cup. We're going to add a big spoon of bicarbonate of soda. And we see immediately it starts to bubble and it starts to fizz and that chemical reaction is happening. If we do the same reaction with something that looks a lot like bicarbonate of soda, like flour, but isn't exactly the same, do we get the same results? So we're going to have another go. We're going to add some vinegar. We're going to add a big scoop of flour. Like I said, it's a white powder, looks a lot like bicarbonate of soda, but not quite the same. And you can see we get nothing like the reaction that happens here because there's no chemical reaction happening. So in our example, the chemicals involved include an acid called vinegar. But acids are everywhere, including inside our bodies. Inside us, we have things called amino acids that are really important for the chemical reactions needed for life to grow. Tuberculosis is one of the diseases worked on at the Crick that you guys might have heard of. It's otherwise known as TB, and it's a really terrible disease. It kills around 1.5 million people across the world every single year. But scientists have discovered that actually people with TB can take a drug or a medicine that looks a lot like the amino acid that tuberculosis needs to survive, but the chemical reaction doesn't work. And in fact, it even stops the tuberculosis from reacting with the amino acid that it normally does, so the bacteria doesn't grow properly. Just like putting flour into our vinegar in the experiment didn't work, even though it looks super similar to the bicarbonate of soda. Scientist Luis Pedro Carvalho and his team at the Crick are actually investigating how exactly this happens, and last month they worked it out, which is incredibly important as it will help new and better drugs to potentially save lives across the entire world. Perhaps with the help of an adult, you could try to find something to add to your vinegar and bicarb experiment that will stop the reaction just like the drug does inside TB patients. In our experiment, the bicarbonate of soda and the vinegar are reacting to produce a gas. That's why we see the bubbles, that's why we get the fizzing, and that gas is something called carbon dioxide, which some of you guys might have heard of before. But just like the scientists at the Crick do experiments to prove how the TB treatment was working, we are going to do experiments to prove how our reaction works, because we're scientists today and that's what scientists do. First, we're going to prove that a gas is being created, and then we're going to prove that that gas is in fact carbon dioxide. So to prove a gas is being created, we're going to need to catch it. To do this, you're going to need a drinks bottle, some bicarbonate of soda, some vinegar, and a balloon. The first step is to pour some vinegar into the bottom of your drinks bottle. Any drinks bottle will do. You could have a fruit shoot bottle, a Coke bottle, and pour some vinegar into the bottom. The next step you might need a friend to help you with. So you're going to need a balloon and you need to put some of your bicarbonate of soda into the balloon. You can either get someone to hold it open and you can spoon it inside, or you could make a funnel out of a piece of paper to help you funnel it onto the inside. Once you've got a big chunk of bicarbonate of soda into the middle, you're going to pop the balloon around the rim of your glass. Just be really, really careful to not let any of the powder fall in at first. You want it hanging down the side so none of the powder is going straight into the vinegar. And once you've done this, make sure your balloon is really tight around the edge. You can lift up your balloon so the powder starts to fall into the vinegar, and you should see your balloon starting to inflate. So usually the gas would be escaping when we do this experiment because this gas is being created every single time we put these two things together. But because we have this balloon, it's getting captured and we're proving that this reaction creates a gas. So our next experiment is going to be actually proving what gas is being created. I told you guys that it's carbon dioxide, and one of the super uses of carbon dioxide is in one of these guys. If you've seen one of these before, I'm sure you'll know what they do. They're for putting out fires. And they're not all full of carbon dioxide, but the ones that have CO2 on the front, this is the chemical symbol for carbon dioxide. So this guy is full of carbon dioxide gas, and if there's ever a fire, we spray that onto the fire to put the fire out. So we're going to be doing this experiment again, and we're going to be using this use of carbon dioxide to test what our gas actually is. So we're going to be doing the experiment all over again. We've got our vinegar. We're going to be pouring this into the bottom of our cup. We've got our bicarbonate of soda, and we're going to put this in a second, but before we do that, we are going to need some adult help because we're going to be lighting some candles. So make sure you've got an adult around when you do this step, and make sure once you've lit the candles, keep all your body parts, your hair and your clothes away from them, so we're going to stay super, super safe. So I'm going to light the candles. You guys are going to get an adult to help you do this. And once the candles are lit and away from our hair and clothes, we can do the rest of the experiment. Same as before, we're going to take a big scoop of our bicarbonate of soda and we're going to pop it into our reaction. We can see the bubbling, the gas is being created. And the brilliant thing about this experiment is that carbon dioxide is actually heavier than air. So if we were making something like helium in this experiment, helium, like it's in balloons, it's lighter than air and it would immediately start to escape. Carbon dioxide is heavier than air, so it very usefully stays sat in our glass. Now we've made it, we're going to be testing its use as a fire extinguisher. So we're going to be pouring it out, not the liquid at the bottom, just the gas on top. We're going to pour it out over our candles. And the candles go out. The carbon dioxide is replacing the oxygen which was there before, and fire needs oxygen to stay lit. So we've just made our own fire extinguisher, and not only that, but we've also proved that the gas being made in our reaction is indeed carbon dioxide. So just like the scientists at the Crick, I've presented you guys with a theory today, and we've used science to prove that theory right. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed your video today, and I also hope you've enjoyed the rest of Discovery Week.